Hey everybody, welcome back. It's patch 7.16. This time I want to show you a tanky Tiger Stance build that's strongest in the late game. And since it's been a while since I made a video, this video is going to be extra long. I'm going to include 3 gameplays after we talk about the build. So we'll be rushing a Tiamat, and then our core items of this build are the Titanic Hydra and Cinderhulk. Even with just these 2 items, we can still do a lot of damage with Tiger Stance. But if you do get a little bit fed, you can choose a damage item like Trinity Force, Black Cleaver, or Blade of the Rune King. Attack speed synergizes well with the Titanic Hydra, and it gives us more Tiger and Turtle Stance procs. And since we'll have so much max health, the Turtle procs are going to heal for a lot. We'll be starting level 1 with a Hunter's Machete and Rejuvenation Bead because we're building a Tiamat. In the early game, we want to get Tiamat, Basic Boots, and Stalker's Blade, top priority. Then after that, with extra money, you can choose a Ruby Crystal, Longsword, or Control Ward. Around this time, you want to upgrade your boots either defensively, or if you're a little bit fed, you can just go for the Swiftness boots, as usual. Then the core items of this build are the Titanic Hydra and Cinderhulk. Together, these will give you a huge amount of health, and the damage on Titanic Hydra scales with health, so you'll still do a lot of damage with only these items. But if you are fed, you can go for some extra damage. If you get a few kills, Trinity Force is probably the best option. If you want to be a little bit tankier, or if the enemies have a lot of armor, you can go for the Black Cleaver. Blade of the Rune King is good against a tanky enemy team. At this point, you're going to have a lot of health and not very much armor or magic resist, so in the late game, choose armor and magic resist items based on whether the enemy team is mostly physical or mostly magic damage. Now for the runes, we're going to be using all attack speed quints, 2 attack speed reds, 7 attack damage reds. I just found through a lot of experimentation that this is a good combination of attack speed and attack damage, the way it works out in the jungle farming. It's just enough damage to kill the small wolves with 3 attacks, and the attack speed works out great with the timing. All flat armor seals and scaling magic resist blues. And for the masteries, 18012 for battle. I know this is pretty much the same page I've used for every Udyr build after the rework, but that's just because attack speed is so important now on every build. Okay, for the first game out of the 3 gameplays I'm going to show you, I just got a lot of kills, built Trinity Force, and basically carried the game. The second game, I got some kills early, but I didn't build Trinity Force, I just went for the full tank. And then the third game is going to be a very close game. The enemies had some people that were a lot more fed than me. I'm going to show you what to do in that situation. So, for the first game, we started at blue, invaded the enemy red, and warded that bush to see when he was coming, and I just jumped on him to get a little bit of damage, and I took his large raptor also. And that's enough to walk away from. We took a couple of his camps, and now we can just take Scuttle and our wolves and go back to farming. Now we got level 3 from Scuttle, take Bear Stance, go to wolves, and then we can go to raptors if there's no ganks, or we can go to red buff and then gank somebody if the enemy mid or bot pushes. So mid lane is not going to be an option, maybe bot lane, so let's take this red and then try bot lane. Enemy 80 carry gets a kill. Let's run down here. We still got our 80 carry up, and I can they're both very weak right now compared to me, so I can probably just run in here. The brand is out of mana. He jukes me with a flash. It's okay. Still gonna stun him. Attack move a little bit to try to juke him just in case he had a stun. And we get 2 kills. My 80 carry died. I don't know if I would have saved him if I focused Ezreal, but I just played it safe. Got the brand first because I knew he wasn't going to get away. We got 2 kills out of that. That's going to be enough money to finish a Tiamat and basic boots when we recall. But we also have just enough mana to kill 1 more camp, the Krugs, before going back to base. Now let's grab our Tiamat, basic boots. It's going to be 400 more gold, so let's grab a longsword and a control ward. Now we got much better wave clear or clear speed with our Tiamat, so we can kill the raptors very fast. And since there's nothing else to kill over here, let's invade a little bit. Use this plant to sweep in the enemy jungle. We found the enemy jungle. Let's try to smite that wolf. He got it just in time. But he leaves the jungle towards the other half of the map. So I'm going to run down towards Dragon. Leave my control ward over here in the pit to see if it's warded. And that's going to be Fire Drake number 1. Now the enemy blue buff just spawned, so I'm going to run over here. Leave 1 more ward over this wall just to see if the enemy jungler is coming. And now let's try mid lane. So Heimerdinger gets a stun. Let's run in here, stun him, switch to Tiger Stance, and activate Tiamat for the burst damage. Now let's run right up to top lane. Never mind, he warded it, so let's just kill this ward and go back to farming. I pinged this blue buff for my mid laner. He doesn't respond, so I'm just going to take this one and do a little bit more farming. And then I'm going to recall. That's going to be enough money to finish a Sheen. So I've already decided at this point in the game that I am going to be building Trinity Force, even though it's early in the game. If you know you're going to get Trinity Force, you might want to pick up the early Sheen. Now we see this enemy Brand, the support, walking from mid lane towards this bush. So we're going to hide in this bush, wait for him to show up, surprise him. It's only going to take a few attacks, and he's dead. So this build does a lot of damage in the early game, especially if you can stack up your Fervor Battle, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be a massive tank in 10 minutes or 20 minutes. So we steal this Gromp, and then we notice the bot tower is almost dead, so we can probably just run in here and kill this Ezreal. Ezreal flashes, gets away from me, but our 80 carry gets the kill. And these two guys were running down here, the support and jungler, so I was waiting to see if I can surprise Brand again when he walks around the corner. But then I see enemy jungler recalling. I pop Ghost, thinking I would have enough time to get over there and stop his recall and kill him, but miscalculated. Just completely wasted that Ghost. We got a snare on the Brand though. I'm just going to walk up and stun him again. Q plus Tiamat, that's going to be enough to finish him off. So now let's recall, finish our Stalker's Blade and Phage. Steal another blue buff. And prepare for this dragon that's about to spawn. Our top laner dies, but we know the enemy jungler's up in top lane now. So this is going to be uncontested again. Spend some more time in the enemy jungle farming. Get the pick on Brand. Get a flash from J4. And let's just kill some minions in mid lane, I guess. Oh look, it's Kayn. Let's kill him now. Bear stance, Tiger stance. And he gets away for now. Yep, almost jinx. So while these guys are just having a party, let's just push mid. Kayn comes back to fight me again. Stun him, Tiger stance. And we survive. Now, I'm not going to push anymore because my health is pretty low. So I can just go back to the jungle. Turtle stance is going to heal me a lot. Now I basically just killed everything between red and blue buff. So now we're getting some health back. We're almost full health. We got double buffs. And that is going to be an easy Rift Herald. I'm 7-0. That's a pretty good start to the game. And let's move on to game number 2. This game is going to start out just like the last one, starting at blue buff. I always start at blue buff regardless of which side I'm on. But if I'm on this side of the map, I will always try to steal the enemy red buff because it seems to work so often. Because people usually start with bot lane. And again, this guy, he checks the bush. We have it warded. And we surprise him with our damage. We're just going to chase him away and steal his raptors. Get our level 3 from raptors. We're not going to be able to kill mid because the enemy is not pushed. He's under his tower. So maybe we can get top lane. He flashes. Stun him. Chain CC. And we get our first blood bonus. Now we can just go do a little bit more farming before recall. And since our blue buff expires, that's a pretty good time to recall. Get our Tiamat. And also a control ward. And we go back out to our jungle, take our red, and with our Tiamat clear speed we can kill raptors and Krugs very fast now. And now let's try for kill in bot lane. So we can sneak in behind them. Get another flash. Stun him. Q plus Tiamat combo. It's that easy. We'll get another kill. Now we can kill these raptors with our Tiamat. And our blue buff is about to spawn, so let's go grab that. Let's cover our mid lane while our mid laner is in base. Just free gold and experience for us. You always want to take that opportunity whenever your laner roams somewhere or goes to base. You can take 1 or 2 waves of minions, and they won't mind. Enemies are trying to get this mountain drake, so let's run around and maybe try to steal it. I don't have smite. The enemy jungler is very low, so we can stun him. He smites early, probably out of panic, and I'm able to get the dragon, able to kill the jungler and the support, and this last guy is not going to be able to get away, so that's going to be another good start to the game. Now this time, we're not going to be building extra damage. I just want to show you how much damage you can do with just Titanic Hydra. So let's grab our Stalker's Blade and Jolrem's Fist. Whenever there's not an opportunity to gank somebody, you don't want to sit there waiting forever. Just go farm the jungle, because it's always good to farm the jungle. This build is great in the late game. You don't really need to be super aggressive like an AD Tiger build. Now the Rift Herald is about to spawn, and since I'm pretty fed, I'm just going to be able to solo this at 10 minutes. There's the jungler, so I'm just going to step into the speed boost and then try to catch up to him and stun him. Now he's going to ult away, but we're still going to be able to catch him again, stun him again, and another Q Tiamat combo, and he's dead. We're not going to get this Gangplank though, because I'm out of mana. That's going to be just enough money to finish the Titanic Hydra. Now let's go back out to our jungle, do a little bit more farming once again, grab the red raptors, and we're just going to go into the enemy jungle now to steal Romp. And I'm looking at that Shyvana, but the enemy Brand shows up also, and the AD carry. We almost got the Brand, and he gets out of range, but it's okay, we got a Titanic Hydra. Let's just attack the AD carry, and Brand is dead. AD carry is going to be dead too. Attacking the minions. Now we got no health, but we got 3 levels on the Shyvana. We didn't quite have enough health to kill him, but it was pretty close for being so low to start that fight. Let's work on Cinderhulk next, and let's try to get this top laner. Now I'm tanky enough at this point in the game to probably just dive this guy. So let's just wear him down slowly. The enemy jungler's here also. I'm not sure why Gangplank left tower like that, but anyways, we got a kill. Enemy jungler uses ult again to get away. Let's just activate our Rift Herald buff to push down this tower, and at the same time we'll also be able to get this kill because he doesn't have ult now. So we'll slowly push in, and then when the tower's about dead, let's just run in, stun him, get our Q plus Titanic Hydra combo. The Titanic Hydra can be used as an auto attack reset, and I usually use that after activating Tiger Stance so I can get to my second Tiger proc faster. So I'll stun somebody, attack with Tiger Stance, and then the second attack right after Tiger Stance, I use Titanic Hydra. That'll just make it a little bit faster to get to my second Tiger proc on the 4th Tiger auto, if that makes sense. This enemy red buff is up, but there's a few enemies over here. We can maybe sneak up behind this AD carry and just kill him in a few autos. The enemy jungler will also be dead if he doesn't get away to tower. Well, he got his flash. Now we can just grab this tower down here. And Fire Drake is up, so let's run down there. We can probably grab it uncontested. And then let's recall, finish Cinderhulk, and Merc Treads. Now this game, I'm not really worried about specifically armor or magic resist, so I built a little bit balanced of each. I got the Merc Treads for the tenacity, and I built a Raptor Cloak, and one more Null Magic Mantle. So that puts me at 106 armor, 116 magic resist, and about 2500 health. Let's wait in this bush to see if we can surprise anybody that walks past. There's the enemy jungler. Let's start with Tiger Stance and then Bear Stance, and our Tiger Stance will already be off cooldown because we started with it early. Let's push mid a little bit. So you can still carry a game without a damage item. You can still get fed and do a lot of damage with just Titanic Hydra. And that way you can be very tanky, and people just completely underestimate the damage when you're that tanky. We got bot tower, got bot inhib. I recalled, picked up a Zizarop portal and a Glacial Shroud. That's going to be for Frozen Heart because I don't have any CDR yet. So I wanted that for the 20% CDR. But this game is pretty much over, guys, so let's move on to the third and final gameplay. The longest of the 3 that was a little bit harder to win. Once again, starting at blue buff and invading to steal this red buff. Let's leave a ward in this bush. Save smite for the large raptor. And then if we kill only 3 of the small raptors, it'll give us our level 3 bear stance. But if the enemy jungler shows up before that, we can try to kill them instead. This guy stood here and I positioned myself a little bit further away from raptors than him, so all the small raptors switched the focus to at least help me get that first blood bonus. Now let's try to get this Talon. I know he's going to jump over the wall, so let's just stand right here. Stun him when he does. I don't have enough mana for Tiger Stance, but then the blue buff gives me just enough. And once I finally did get that Tiger Stance, my Fervor is fully stacked up, and all that damage just really surprised that Talon. Got us 2 easy kills. Head back out to red buff and do an early dragon solo because we're 2 kills up. So we could actually solo this at level 4. But then the enemy support shows up to ward it, and I'm not going to risk finishing this because the enemy jungler will probably show up before I can finish it. So let's just run away. Mid laner also chases me out of my jungle. That's okay. We have a smite, so let's just go kill these wolves. And can't gank top either, so let's just recall. Pick up our boots, another control ward. Enemy jungler ganks bot lane. Let's head down there and try to clean up. Let's try to save this Taric. Block that stun. Get the Tristana stun. Use our Q plus Tiamat combo. And we get the Tristana, but the Elise got away this time. The Elise probably recalled, and that blue buff is about to spawn, so let's just run up there. And the support saw me, but it's okay. We're just going to kite it back away from the enemies. I smited it kind of early there. Okay, so we got another control ward, and let's try this dragon again. This time we have a blue buff, and we're level 6, so it should be a lot easier. Even though they see me with this ward, I'm just going to go for this dragon. My smite's up in 10 seconds. Should be up just in time for me to smite this dragon. There we go. And now, let's try for a kill in bot lane. Just kidding, they probably have that warded. So let's go do a little bit more farming. Again, you don't want to waste a lot of time going for ganks that you're probably not going to get. The enemy jungler is over here, a level below me. And let's try to get this very low Talon. He sees me behind him, he's just going to dive into tower. Try to jump over the wall, but looks like he messed up a little bit. Also, we can take this free farm as a nice bonus. Just go back out to our jungle, do a little bit more farming. Just basically killing everything in a straight line. You want to try to plan your route and kill every camp between point A and point B to be really efficient. So that's going to give us 2,500 gold. I'm going to go for the Trinity Force this game, so that's going to be a Sheen and a Stinger. And 10 minutes, the Rift Herald just spawned. Let's just solo this Rift Herald again. Looking at the scoreboard here, let's take a look at how the enemies are doing. I got 4 kills. The enemy mid laner is also 4 kills. So, we gotta watch out for that Talon. We're probably going to be building armor in this game. Let's run up to top lane while my top laner is respawning to just take a little bit of farm. And that Jax is pretty strong also. Let's just run away from this because I almost died there. I had like less than 10 health. Let's recall. Let's just finish our Stalker's Blade. It's going to help us catch people a little bit better. And keep working on our Trinity Force. This Talon's chasing our Taric. He gets a kill, but we're going to kill him in return. So we're just trying to pick up as many kills as we can to try to carry this game, because even though I'm fed, my team isn't winning right now. It's 11-11, and we got a top lane and mid lane that just keep dying. Well, mostly the mid lane keeps dying. Let's steal another blue buff, and the dragon's about to spawn. I wasn't thinking about my Rift Herald buff, so I just kind of had to use it before it expired. I probably should have gone to top lane or bot lane to use that, but it's okay. It's going to go down towards bot lane, and maybe they will be able to get a tower with it. Now I'm going to go to mid lane to cover this while my mid laner is dead. Now Talon is getting pretty fed now, but he messes up because he dives on top of me. I take one step backwards into tower range, stun him, get my burst damage combo, Q plus Tiamat. Now I'm too low to push mid lane, so I'm just going to go straight back into the jungle, not wasting any time. Kill wolves, kill this ward and Gromp. Now I noticed my top laner teleporting to bot lane to help, so I'm going to run over to his lane and just push that really hard, take a lot of farm. It's really going to help me a lot with the experience. You always want to go to split push any opportunity you can, because it's going to give you the most experience. It's a lot better than solo farming the jungle. You're going to get more money and more experience if you actually can push a whole lane, like across the whole map like that, because that's going to give you like 3 waves, and it's going to take you like a minute. So after we pushed that up to top lane, we just continued through the enemy jungle on the map. You can see like the entire half of the map is dead. That's the point of this build. You can blaze through the entire map and kill everything quickly. Pretty low here. Thinking about going back in. Now another fire dragon spawned. Now let's try to get this fire dragon. I pinged top lane just to try to get one person to recall and cover that. Our AD carry gets caught out. We're gonna have a smite battle with this Elise here, but we got a bigger smite than him. I get that dragon, and we're also gonna be able to kill these two guys. And the enemy blue buff is about to spawn, so let's grab that. Got 4,000 gold. But taking this blue buff was my mistake because the Talon was able to catch up to me and kill me. I got a little bit greedy. You never want to hold on to that much money without shopping. That was a mistake by me. So now let's finish our Trinity Force, let's finish our Titanic Hydra, and let's look at the scoreboard to see what defense items we want. The Talon and Jax are the most fed. They're the two big problems, so I need armor. I have enough money right now for Ruby Crystal and a cloth armor. Just grabbing this blue buff, checking the enemy red buff, and I'm actually going to try to flank these guys in mid lane because there's a few of them over here, and I can sneak up behind them, and I can probably kill a couple squishies. So let's run in here. We gotta watch out for Talon. There's Talon, so I just tried to stun Talon, and that was all I could do pretty much. So I died, and then my teammates all kind of died also. So we got a few kills out of it, but every single one of us died. I mean, it's still a very close game, but that's gonna be enough money to finish a Ninja Tabby. The teams have about the same kills, but I'm the only really fed one on this team. And the enemies have Jax that's just about as fed as me, or a little bit more, and a Talon that's like twice as fed as me. It's only 20 minutes into the game, and what I have to do in this situation is build armor. You have to identify whether you want armor or magic resist, and then hopefully in the late game, because I know I'm going to be so strong in the late game, hopefully I will be able to hold my ground against them. So we're just trying to push bot lane. The Jax comes over to defend it. So he's got a little bit more farm than me. He's got like 15 more farm than me. Same level. So I lost that, so I just tried to get away with Ghost, and then the Talon showed up. So that's not the thing you want to do. The enemies are trying to take this Mountain Drake. Let's try again to steal it. We have Smite. Let's just switch our focus to Dragon and quickly finish this off before I die. Let's stun them all and try to focus a squishy. The AD carry is not that strong right now. And we'll get the Janna. Will we get the Janna? Yes, we will. So now we're pretty low. We should probably leave. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Well, there goes his flash, and we're still alive, so that's good. Just gonna kill these few camps over here because I'm so low, and then either recall or farm the lane a little bit more. We can get this wave down here, we can get this wave up here, and there's nothing else to kill really, so let's recall now. Let's grab a Raptor Cloak, and let's sell our Control Ward to get a Negatron Cloak. So now we have a bit more armor, we're up to 150 armor, and let's try to actually kill this Jax now. He's a level above us this time, but now since we have some items against him, the Raptor Cloak and Ninja Tabby, we can probably actually kill him now. So there's a fight going on in mid lane. Looks like my team's starting to get some kills now. And I'm just going to be a little bit too fast for this Jax. So, we got his Guardian Angel. And we killed him. Let's just kill these minions over here. Looks like my team is handling themselves in mid lane. And that's going to be an opportunity to take Baron because we got a few kills. So now that we know I can survive against Jax, I just gotta see if I can kill the Talon. And I'm pretty sure I can because he can't kill me in one combo, obviously. And I could probably kill him in like 5 or 10 seconds. So I don't think Talon is really a problem. But let's use our Baron buff to push a lane. We already got mid inhib. So let's use our Zizarop portal. Group 5 people in top. Now the enemies I really doubt are going to be able to do anything here. You can see how little it hurts when Tristana auto-attacks me. Talon dives in, I try to stun him, He gets blocked by the Veil. To try to get to some squishies over here, you get the Tristana to jump away. Now look at all these guys. There's like 4 people focusing on me while my teammates kill the inhibitor. So there's really nothing they can do to defend this. I can just run straight at people. They're not going to kill me, and they just get scared and run the opposite way. So that's kind of like what you do with this tanky build. People are scared of you because you do damage, and you're tanky enough to run in and scare people. So guys, that was a long video. If you stuck around for that entire video, I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. And I'm actually going to be uploading another video in 2 days. It's going to be a Jax gameplay. So keep an eye out for that, and I will see you guys again soon.